Total Drama Island is coming back, but at what cost? Sure, we'll be seeing an updated cast, but the same old sadistic Chris Maclean still remains the same. Now, if you're like me, you missed how Chris acted in the original Total Drama Island, where he was much more involved with the contestants and not actively trying to kill them. So today, I thought we would dig a little bit into the question of just how insane is Chris Maclean. But before we dive into everything, be sure to click that like and subscribe button so I know you like my content. Without further interruptions, let's begin. So in Season 1, you had the dynamic duo of Chris Maclean and Chef Hatchet teaming up to give the campers a little taste of just how painful it is to last on Total Drama Island. While the challenges were pretty extreme, I mean sure, jumping off a giant cliff into shark-infested waters isn't nothing to scoff at, but compared to the later challenges down the line, this one is actually pretty tame. While Action and World Tour had some pretty sus moments like Chris almost letting Chef quit the show, I'm going to be mainly talking about Season 1 versus Season 4 through 5 because these are two very different eras of Total Drama and two very different eras of Chris Maclean. So when talking about the challenges in Island, things were a lot more simplistic but creative. Like there will be a challenge all about a good old-fashioned game of hide and seek, or even one where the contestants play a classic game of dodgeball. Overall, the environment was a lot more relaxed, and it's something that isn't done a whole lot in the later seasons. The most notable difference you can probably tell with the newer seasons is that Chris has zero concern for his contestants at all. In Season 1, he was a lot more laid back and actually interacted in a genuine manner with the contestants that it really gave off some nice vibes. Now, specifically with Seasons 4 through 5, because yes, All-Stars and Pahkitew are counted as a whole season for some reason, despite Revenge of the Island being its own thing, but that's besides the point. In this era, you can clearly see the challenges begin to get a whole lot darker. Like in Season 4, Chris literally sends the contestants down to a mine where they could literally run out of oxygen and die. Compared to Season 1, it's a pretty drastic difference. Like, you could tell Chris had some level of concern for the safety of his contestants, an example being when Chris and the rest of the cast raced down to the mess hall to warn Gwen about the escaped killer on the loose. While looking at Seasons 4 and 5, there are a lot of really dark moments in which you can really see Chris's downfall as a good quality host. In the episode Sunday Muddy Sunday, Chris points out that he completely forgot to feed his interns, so the challenge was for the contestants to make them an ice cream sundae. While the interns ending up in the hospital has always been a small gag, in this episode they really went as far as making an entire challenge surrounding this, which kinda takes this to a whole new level. And let's not forget, the entire season of Revenge of the Island added toxic waste to the mix, in which the island was filled with toxic waste, which resulted in the Dakotazoid. Soon after the Season 4 finale, Chris gets arrested for creating an environmental disaster, aka the Toxic Waste Island. Normally this would be a good thing, but unfortunately prison doesn't make Chris Maclean any better. Probably the biggest moment that really stands out for Chris's insanity is in the episode Scarlet Fever. When Scarlet takes over the island, she blackmails Chris, stating that if she doesn't get the $1 million, she would destroy the island with everyone on it. When Chris hears about this, he leaves everyone stranded on the island while he and Chef escapes in a helicopter to get out of the blast radius, which goes to show that he will do anything at this point for ratings. There's some speculation online where I saw a lot of people theorizing that maybe Chris saw the ratings go down and he pretty much feels like he has to up the drama himself. This theory could work, but also it could just be that Chris let reality TV go to his head. Who knows, maybe Total Drama Island was his most popular show. As we know, he had a few other shows according to Sierra, so maybe he just wanted to take the show to a whole new level. All in all, there are a lot of other examples I could talk about, like letting Ezekiel turn feral, or the fact that all of Pahkitew Island he couldn't even provide shelter for the contestants, and pretty much starve them, only giving them food when they want a challenge, or even Chris getting so desperate that he actually has sex with his mutant plant Larry, which is kinda funny. Pretty much the idea is that Chris's insanity is so high that he really is the definition of a psychopath. Honestly, I don't know how they could top it in these newer seasons. According to the crew, the challenges will be a lot more bigger and extreme, so maybe it will all go into that, but who knows. But let me just say for the record, I know this is a cartoon at the end of the day, so obviously it's not going to be the most realistic. Of course, I still love Total Drama regardless. I just miss how Chris used to be down to earth, like he would actually chill with the contestants, but time went on and so did Total Drama. Also, let me know down in the comments, are you Team Island Chris or Team Sadistic Chris? But alright viewers, that's the end of our list. Be sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, let me know what list you'd like to see next. With all that said, I look forward to seeing you with our next list.